good morning. Happy Friday.
The Academy would appreciate that greeting. Chris Denman, Travis Reynolds, we are live. We're excited to be here. Look at that shining face. Very happy to be here on a Friday. Weather's looking wonderful outside. Travis is firing on all cylinders.
Don't mind
What's
me.
going on over there?
Don't mind me right now. Go ahead, go to the rundown. Say hello to Gardner for me.
Well, no. Do you want to share? Or is there anything? Do we want to get to that later? Okay, we'll talk to Travis later. Today on the show, our friend Gavin McNutt stops by. Gavin M. He's competing in Lincoln's Chart Your Course, where Lincoln is sponsoring. He's made it to the final, so if you can vote, we'll show you how to do that online and support Gavin, a local St. Louis artist. He's a guy that recorded over at Gaslight, where we would do our podcast, all that good stuff back in the day. So excited to have Gavin on the show.
It's going to be a good time for, we haven't had an opportunity to team up. Modest Mouth hasn't had a chance to break out some new tunes for 2020. So now that Gavin's coming in on a beautiful Friday here in St. Louis, Missouri, we're going to take the time and maybe get into some melodies, Gardner. Maybe lay a few beats, some tracks.
I was thinking we'd support Gavin in his drive, not derail it completely.
In his drive. I see what you did there.
That's right. Hey, Gardner's here. He's the producer.
Oh,
and
yeah?
He's got silver hair, and I'm waiting to see what porridge he makes this weekend while it's cold out. Good morning, Gardner.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Woo!
Faking it still?
Boy, you're digging deep.
Yeah. You sleep much last night?
I didn't sleep at all, guys.
Back on the blow?
Ugh.
Back on the blow.
Back
Be funny
on
if
the
Travis
blow.
had a coke problem.
Good morning, Walnuts.
What up, nuts on walls? Woo woo! Chris, put it up.
I left that in 2019.
Oh, for the love of
Wish
God.
I left. I
Previous
wish I left a
decade.
bunch of pounds in 2019. I didn't.
I could tell you think that.
Man, stop being hard on yourself. You're beautiful.
Oh boy, he's delirious.
How come every time I try to offer my friends, my coworkers, a compliment?
Because
Do you not believe in my sincerity? Am I not a sincere individual?
genuinely, you treat us like a bacteria that's just kind of there.
Oh, I
It's gonna
do
go away.
not. I love you guys. Look at Gardner. He's a lovely Gandalf of a fellow.
What's The Witcher? I need to see what this
I
is.
haven't
so
seen it.
people on the street keep yelling this at me.
Oh, wow.
Hey, Witcher.
No more eat shit.
Yeah.
We also have Chris Kattan. You know him from Saturday Night Live, all kinds of great projects, and we'll talk to him. That'll be later in the show. We may have somebody floating around the studio, too, taking some pictures. I got a text last night. I don't want to burst the surprise, but we might have a floater. We'll see.
Floater.
A skinny,
that's not a good
ghost-like floater.
That's not a good term.
Oh, Tommy?
Could I please come in? Or he texts me. He's like, "Hey, hey, how are you? Could I ask a huge favor?"
Uh-huh.
And I just texted back, "Catan."
Uh-huh.
Yes. Come on in, Tommy.
He texted me
You
yesterday
can take pictures.
saying that he had quit playing Pokemon Go.
Oh no, maybe he should be the guest.
And so I asked why, and I haven't heard back. I'm a
No,
little
everything's
worried.
okay. Yeah, that's not a good sign.
Yeah.
Pokemon Go. I love his commitment to that.
It's kind of strange, if you ask me.
I mean, sorry if the kid wants to have fun. Everyone can't go out on sales calls, Chris. Everyone can't
not-
do the fun
Do you
stuff
think
like
that's
you
fun?
do.
Do you think that's fun?
Sorry.
Begging people.
Excuse us that we can't have the fun that you be having.
You really blend in with the background
Thank
today.
you. No lights either. It's Black Friday again.
Uh-huh.
Is that the thing?
Yeah.
Well, we had the lights at our giant, successful Sophie's show last night.
Ah, Lisa Conway's birthday was off the chain, was it?
Did you get her something?
I did.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Packed house last night at Sophie's. Really appreciate everybody coming out. So absolutely a wonderful time. But that's where the lights are. On Fridays we do a little lightless show.
I like
happens.
it. I like it.
Black Friday.
Black background, black guy. But you know who has a black eye right now? Major League Baseball, that's who.
You up to date on everything?
I did. I kind of did a
This
bit of
is
a refresher
nuts.
last night when I got home, and I had missed a lot of the back and forth that was taking place on Twitter yesterday, but the Major League Baseball
Former manager A.J. Hinch.
camera and the center field wall pointed towards the dugout with a camera in the dugout and a buzzer underneath the jersey, and I don't even know what the appropriate term we're calling this cheating scandal.
Yeah, because the word you used, I don't know what that was.
Yeah, that wasn't words. Nevertheless, there's a lot of cheating going on right now in Major League Baseball, and it sure isn't.
Some
a
are
good
going
look.
Buzzergate.
Buzzergate.
What are you going with, Gardner?
Well, I like astrology.
Yeah, sticking with that.
Sticking with that. What's your sign? You could probably go Buzz Ghazi if you would like to.
Buzz Ghazi. I like Buzz Ghazi. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
This is bad. This is
Oh, it's getting
bad.
real. It's getting
It is. This is
real
getting
bad.
real bad.
Because
Like,
Major League Baseball put out a statement yesterday, too, saying that, look, we checked into this and we couldn't corroborate anything. And so they're saying, oh, we didn't find anything. But now you have players getting involved, opposing players making their opinions known on social media.
There's a secret account, too.
has there
yeah.
ever been a statement as true as it's not necessarily the crime, it's the cover-up? And I feel like the cover-up is what's really churning inside of me, because it's very clear that Major League Baseball made a concerted effort to try to get whatever they had out there, but they gave so much cover for these owners, they gave so much cover for these players, and obviously for themselves, because as Gardner and I were talking about before we started the show, man, if we're talking about culpability, man, there are a lot of places we can begin, but you better damn be sure to point it towards Major League Baseball.
Yeah, and then Jessica Mendoza took some heat yesterday.
She was out of pocket. She was out of
looked like
pocket.
she looked like a fucking idiot.
She did. I'm sorry. And I have a huge ton of respect for Jessica Mendoza. She is an outstanding analyst, does a great job on Sunday Night Baseball. But I thought she was absolutely out of pocket with that statement.
Yeah.
She basically said, for Mike Fiers speaking up or whatever, that she was disappointed, I guess, from the brotherhood standpoint. Listen,
It ain't about
there's no
brotherhood,
such thing
man.
as brother. These people are all out for themselves.
All out for
They'll-
themselves. Thank you,
These guys
Chris.
were fine to listen. I'm Mr. Like, they all probably cheat. These guys were fine, actively cheating, and won a World Series with it. Like, you really start drilling down on this. You could start thinking about, okay, one legacy, Beltran. That's great. Now you have to look at that. Clayton Kershaw is sitting over there looking like the worst postseason pitcher of all time. How much better would he look if he had a World Series ring right now?
What
Trying
fucking
to say Matt Adams was cheating when he was at the Cardinals. Is that what you're trying to say?
What? Oh, because he took it. Yeah, I was at that game.
I think we're talking about the integrity of your sport. And if that's the biggest concern for Jessica Mendoza, then this is why your sport, no one cares to watch it. No one wants
that's
to.
not true.
But no, the ratings have gone down consistently over the
Biggest
last
TV
few
deals
years.
they've ever had.
They've had TV deal. A TV deal doesn't mean people are actually still watching it on TV. People are not going to the ballpark as much as they used to go. I think you have to look at the integrity of your sport, and it's been greatly challenged. I don't give a fuck who brought it to someone's attention. It was happening, and you knew it was happening. How else was this supposed to come to anyone's attention? Major League Baseball wasn't going to investigate it.
So there's the
Managers,
Well, I
GMs,
mean,
presidents.
Baseball did investigate.
Eventually, after Mike Fiers came forward.
Well, I don't believe them, number one. is
True.
what- So I don't believe this scenario
That's
that
fair.
you're putting out there.
So you're saying Major League Baseball
Was
was
hoping
already
because part of the reasoning that I disagree with Mike Fiers taking heat is that the way it's kind of been explained is that people had made it known that they had an issue with stuff going on
right.
and were taking the proper back channels they were supposed to
Right.
allow Major League Baseball to know this,
And nothing was
and
coming
nothing
of
was
it.
getting
Yeah,
done.
There it is.
So I'm sure baseball was aware and really wasn't proactive in attacking this in any way, and because they weren't forced to, and now they were forced to. That's what it takes a lot of times, which is it's a human nature as well, apparently, which is I will be extinct at some point.
Can we say, as far as perspective of that with the buzzers,
Like I slid that in there.
can we say that the buzzers would fall ahead of anything that Pete Rose did?
Yes.
Okay.
Um,
I think buzzers, that beats that. If you are using
I mean, now, number
freaking
one,
go-go gadget technology
I'm not
to get an
outraged
advantage.
by this by any means. Like, I just don't care.
Sure.
Pretend you do.
That's what I'm trying to do here. So if I were passionate about it, because I just like laughing at it, how ridiculous it all is.
It
and
is
how
very
everyone's
ridiculous.
lying, and
A lot of lying.
you just get to. I like just getting to sit back and laugh at them and point out, you're full of shit. That's my enjoyment. But I mean, it's a little different. I mean, they're different things. I guess is the issue here.
Mhm.
And it's clear in baseball sense just how looked down upon gambling was at the time when Pete Rose did it because of what had happened previously in baseball. Now maybe this is down the road. If someone were to try something like this again,
Right.
it would be looked upon like Pete Rose and the gambling. Like, you know that you're not supposed to do this with Pete Rose. You know this. And you know why. And you still did it, and then you lied about it too. So, I mean, you can try and find, I'm sure there are some parallels, but I think they're a little different as well.
Steroids look as bad as a lot of people thought they did. I think they look way less worse when compared to this.
I
think
wouldn't be surprised if baseball, it's kind of the same thing with the
kinda, yeah.
higher ups to me right now.
Yeah.
What I believe, at least.
I think this is way worse than steroids. If you're talking about integrity of the game,
Well, I think
People don't
steroid
even-
use, I don't know to what extent people are cheating with technology in terms of widespread usage, because that hasn't been.
steroids were everywhere,
Yeah, so steroids were more widespread, is what I get.
which to me made it more of a level playing field.
Yeah.
Everybody's using.
I misspoke
I
on
just-
some. Oh, go ahead.
go
I
ahead.
was going to say I misspoke on some of the ratings regionally. Places obviously like St. Louis, Chicago.
They do very well.
They do well. Prime games or national broadcasts is where Major League Baseball struggles. So I did misspeak. My apologies. But I think still the fact of the matter is that when you're talking about the integrity of the game, to get into the minutia of who said what and when someone said it, the fact of the matter is it was happening. It was happening. And you can't sit up here and say, "Why? I can't believe Jose Canseco wrote that book." It was happening. I can't believe Mike Fires
Yeah.
went on a podcast to answer the question. It was happening. You can't
Just because you might not
deny
like
it.
someone,
Right.
what they're saying
So, I mean,
still might be the truth.
right. And it was very weird to hear someone, especially a respected analyst like Jessica Mendoza, to go that route. I didn't
and
anticipate
some
her
of
going
it-
that route.
Well, and it has to, that she has some issues with. Look, she's a consultant for the Mets,
Right.
and they just let Carlos Beltran go
I see.
yesterday
I see,
as well.
I see.
So there are some
I
issues
didn't
there
realize
with,
that. I didn't realize that.
it's like, maybe sit this one out.
I think this is Manfred's gonna have to. This is moment. He's got to step in. This is a bad look. Not only is it a bad 3 weeks. Pitchers and catchers report 3 weeks.
I think the Astros should hire Carlos Beltran now.
That would be
Now,
ironic.
okay, so this isn't proven yet with the buzzers and then Jose.
No, it's speculatory. Ken Rosenthal, though, I think
But
my
this
video
is,
for me.
This is why you got to be loving this though. Baseball Twitter right now is better than anything NBA Twitter offered recently.
It is. Baseball Twitter is having some of its best week as far as content.
This is what
and
this is what you
conversation.
talk about.
This is what I talk about. This is the kind of narratives I want to see introduced.
Yeah.
I didn't expect for it to be this much of a plot twist.
What if this cheating scandal is what saves baseball with the younger generation? Because this is what brings them in. Is this kind of shit?
The weird thing about this, while weird and kind of off the chain, all of this is, I think this is going to turn baseball into a bit of a laughing stock. Wait, you guys got your athletes plugging up to buzzers
Yeah, but
just so
it's-
they can improve their performance?
But that's relatable to the youth.
Ute.
Using technology,
Yeah, but the buzzer thing, that's very.
That was like those freaking Home Alone kits you would get
It,
with the talk boy.
it reminds me of the Wizinator. It reminds me of like
Yeah.
a device that's like, man, that's smart yet cheesy as hell. What is this? This is a real, somebody invented this technology? That's what I think when I heard about the buzzer. And the thing that sucks, one of my favorite non-Cardinals, Jose Altuve. Like, that's a guy that you love rooting for this guy. He's a badass. He is outstanding baseball player. There isn't a team in Major League Baseball that would not kill to have Jose Altuve.
A bundle of energy.
He really is. That apparently was being hooked up to a buzzer. Look at this, Chris. Have you seen this?
Oh yeah.
He says, no, don't rip it off. I got. Now,
This is apparently after he hit a walk-off against Chapman in the ALCS.
Right.
That's what sent him to the World Series.
yeah. All right, so now here's my question. And I'm playing devil's advocate, Gardner, so don't kill me. But I'm curious, what else could Jose Altuve be referring to in this GIF?
Yeah,
What is he? What
Tommy
else
Pham has
outside of
thoughts.
what do you think is? Speculate if it's not a buzzer. What is he telling guys not to do?
He's got an activity monitor on. It's a health concern. He wants his heart rate to be measured. So
At first, I thought it was First, I was like, well, he could have probably played the scar thing, and then someone else on Twitter basically showed a photo of Altuve getting his shirt ripped off after a walk off, and you're like, okay, that's not a weird scar thing. Okay. Altuve's got to explain that, and it can't be what he told Ken Rosenthal. I'm kind of shy. I don't want to get in trouble with my wife.
Oh, let's take a listen to that.
Listen to this, Chris. This is maybe the smoking gun, in my opinion.
You asked the teammates not to tear your shirt. Why?
What's that?
Did you ask your teammates not to tear your shirt? Why was that?
I don't know. I'm too shy. Last time they did that, I got in trouble with my wife.
Oh, no.
First of all,
Jose.
Altuve has lied before. That was good. That was freaking good. What was that?
Yeah.
Huh? He pulled a little Travis there, didn't he?
He did. He pulled the. I've seen
Pulled a
this many
Travis.
times. That's where you buy yourself time
Huh?
to figure out how you're going to lie.
What's that, Chris?
he didn't.
What?
He didn't do the Sammy Sosa and forget English.
You know what he did there?
He was leaning heavy into the accent, Jose.
What he did there is what you did when you farted on air, and you were called out by it.
Huh?
Yeah.
It was.
He did the exact same
It was.
thing.
I think the thing that sucks about this is that these are Carlos Beltran, one of the best statesmen for the game. Now he's gone. AJ Hinch, a relatively likable guy. Now he's gone. You got a mastermind in
Carlos
Lunau, who was considered probably one of the better personnel guys in professional sport. He's gone. Alex Cora, he's gone. Like, these are some important. We're talking about Jose Altuve, Bregman. We're talking about marquee talents that are going down each and every day by this scale. This is bad for baseball. Now everyone's speculating on everyone. Mike Trout's name just getting thrown out there all
I saw
willy-nilly.
that. I
Like, people,
saw
so now everyone's going under the bus. This is bad for baseball. This is Donaghy basketball referee scandal type of bad. It's
Well,
an ugly look.
That's worse than that.
I think it is worse than that. I'm just saying, though,
'Cause
this is not
this is
a.
involving players and teams, not a rogue official.
There was a major league pitcher that tweeted out, "I'd rather face someone on steroids than knowing what pitch."
There was
someone knowing
Alex
what pitch-
Wood, and then Trevor Bauer completely agreed with him.
Yeah,
Damn.
Trevor Bauer's looking like Captain America on Twitter now.
Damn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's just an asshole. So
Yeah,
that's-
what's his deal?
He's a weirdo.
Yeah,
He's kind of a creep, I think.
is he?
Yeah.
Nevertheless, oh boy. I don't know what baseball do. What do you do?
Tommy
What if
Pham.
you?
Did you see the Tommy Pham?
I saw
tweet?
Tommy Pham. Tommy Pham did a little bit of forensics.
That's amazing. Tommy Pham, I'm sure there's a gag order, and Tommy Pham's like, screw you.
Fantastic.
Tweets out a photo with a close-up of a circle
Maybe a gag.
around
No,
what
now
could be
it'd be a
man.
gag order on the teams, but ain't no gag order on the players.
You're not telling Tommy Pham to be.
Man, you
quiet.
ain't definitely telling
Yeah.
Tommy Pham what he can and cannot tweet.
Good luck.
Good luck with that. This is
I just had a flashback to a moment.
this
in
is
Clubhouse.
bad, man. This is I don't know what Manfred can do. I mean, and the him wrapping up the investigation when more information, at least allegedly, continues to filter out.
As long as the forensics are being done, this is where Twitter's loving this. I'll tell you why. You know what? They're combining sports and the CSI Miami type shows of the world.
I've got the Black Sheep in my inbox right now, breaking it down frame by frame.
So like they're doing the forensics, which people love to watch those shows now. Plus, they get to combine their sport into one. So you have people online that think they're the detectives in all of this that are going to keep putting stuff out.
It's like
and as long as they are, there's going to be theories. So I don't see how baseball doesn't reopen the investigation now at this point. If they said...
They better go scorched earth. It looked like they already had.
Yeah, if they said, hey, we looked into this and we couldn't find anything, and I think Altuve responded last night with a statement saying, I've never worn an electronic device or
Through
whatever.
Boris.
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
something like that. I'm paraphrasing.
Through his agent?
I mean, good luck proving it. I mean...
Well, that's the thing. And I think Major League Baseball was saying they obviously looked into it but couldn't prove it. How hard were they trying? Well, we've seen how that plays out. I don't know how. It's not only in sports. That's in government and everything. It's just like, all right, you investigated, but how hard were you investigating?
Oh, Jose Altuve, man, you one of my favorite players, man. And I get now you between a rock and a hard place, but you lying, bro.
Yeah,
you lying.
Well, and you know what?
Look,
and maybe if they weren't investigating hard enough at this thing, that allowed them to keep players out of the situation. You know what I mean?
Right.
Whereas before, initially,
where's the players' union on this?
Well, players were hit early
that
first round.
Now they're gonna
because it was just
managers,
Hinch,
right,
Cora, and then Beltran. But
if I'm Beltran, I'm feeling like, hey, I was a player. Why? I mean, the Mets situation, I guess I get why they let him go.
It's weird,
but yeah, it's very weird.
The Mets number one. There's a whole bunch of shit going on.
A whole bunch, yeah, definitely.
This is way down on their list of things that have gone down there. I mean, that's a. Oh. It's just like, it seemed like, hey, if we don't investigate hard enough on this part, then we can just keep it clean at this, and we don't have to get players involved. But if they were to investigate a little bit harder, then it was going to get even messier, because then players are involved, and star players are involved. Then it gets very, very messy.
Yeah, I think somebody turned the lights on an abandoned house. And
they were probably trying to. My guess is they were trying to.
And dead bodies and places.
Trying to find the way out without.
They went digging, and when they went digging, they found way more than they cared to find. Now the thing is this:
a lot of times people get lazy, and they'll say, "Okay, hopefully this will be it." But you should plan for that not being it. No. And it seems as though baseball is on his heels once again because it hasn't planned for that being it. It should have understood that, eventually this stuff comes out. And
really weird.
And how it happens, you don't get to decide that. So if you know something, you should still be preparing for the worst, or else you're just in denial. And baseball maybe was in denial a little bit.
I think this could get real nasty.
Yeah.
Because this could be. There could be.
Fuck you, NBA. Give me my baseball Twitter, motherfucker.
Man,
there could be silence because there could be 30 other teams involved in something along these lines.
I can't.
Why would they have not told on someone by now, unless they didn't know the extent of it, or it was kind of looked into as like, I don't know, we all kind of cheat, and that's been proven.
Well,
the suntan lotion thing I always bring up, but that's a thing. That's cheating.
But I don't think. I would just say I don't think other teams were going to this extent.
Correct, which is maybe they didn't know they were going to this extent.
Well, teams,
which is why they never ratted them out.
I think teams
or they did rat them out, and the MLB didn't do anything.
That seems to be the most likely thing.
The most likely situation, because, like I said, you can just hear it even when the players tweet. You can hear it in their voice when they talk about it.
It's kind of like finally.
Yeah, it's just like, my God, you got around to it finally, huh? You got to it, huh? I'm so glad somebody paid attention. This is what it took. This is what it took. And that's the thing that scares me more about the game, is that I'm not saying that it's going to hurt things like ratings or attendance, but, man, when you have fans questioning what they're seeing on the field, look, we're willing to suspend belief for certain things, and we understand that players do little things here and there to get a little bit more of an edge. But man, if you're talking about you got somebody in the camera well making noises and then sending buzzers to guys wearing wires underneath their jerseys, that's when I think, as a fan, me personally, I go,
Yeah, that's
all
awesome.
right, I can't,
Oh.
I ain't gonna,
Sorry.
I ain't spending $45, $50 for y'all to sit up here and blow smoke on my. If I want to spend that much money to see something that's fake, I'll fucking go watch professional wrestling. I'll just do that. I'll just watch Vince McMahon. He does a better job at it. Why am I going to spend $100 going to Busch Stadium if you got these guys who are just simply
Yeah,
this
if I
shit's
wanted,
scripted?
if I wanted to see, fake shit like that, I can't do it. I was gonna say I'd watch a LeBron post game when he's talking about free speech.
Yeah. Lion ass free speech and son of a.
I
Well, I'm
was
Well, I'm
smiling
glad
too
baseball's
hard.
back in the picture.
Yeah, Ken Rosenthal. Ken Rosenthal. I'll say he's a friend of the show. I think we met him once. Ken Rosenthal tweeted this out. So little. All those asking, because he was the one interviewing Altuve after the game, all those asking if I knew something when I asked Altuve about refusing to allow teammates to rip off his jersey. Hardly. In my rush to get onto the field, I did not even see Altuve cross home plate. Producer suggested a question in my ear as I conducted the interview. So
I
there
wonder
you
who the
have it.
producer is, or if the producer was
Ooh.
watching. And
The
saw
producer could be Carlos Beltran's niece. Have you seen the Twitter
something.
account?
Niece.
Nice.
Who's running that? People think it's a player.
It's got to be a player.
Yeah.
It's got to be a player.
Former trainer, maybe, or
It's and
somebody that didn't get tipped well.
We should do a burner account. Who should we do a burner account? A fake burner account.
That's going deep.
That'd be fun.
this is
Did you, Gardner? I know you saw this tweet. Remember when Cam Soda was doing the buzz along to the World Series for female?
that's what.
Oh,
Gardner-
is it Natalie Weiner who tweeted it out?
Yeah, she did. Wiener.
All right, I'll let you go with that.
Yes. Cam Soda, leading adult camming website, announced the launch of Series Cast.
Uh-huh.
That would vibrate along with the World Series. And
Right.
she retweeted herself saying, wait, this is really funny in retrospect. MLB investigated about as much as Big 12 bouncers investigated IDs in Colombia. Bro, this is me. Where did you get this? You can't come in here.
This is a parking ticket.
Yeah. Oh, you have blonde hair? Come on in.
this. I don't know,
That's
man.
fun.
That's what happens when you. I don't know, man. That's what happens if you had a marketable player,
It's-
had a guy that can step up, take the heat off everything. Like other sports, you can throw Tom Brady out there, Pat Mahomes, LeBron James, but in baseball, you ain't got anybody. So
Bryce Harper ain't fixing his hair.
Bryce Harper ain't fixing this. This is
No,
wow.
Here, let's.
This is what you. This
I'm
is where
careful
you
what I'm
need.
saying. This
You
is
do need a
entertaining.
face of your game. You need somebody that's the face of your game to step up at this
Mike
point.
Trout.
Trout's got to step up. This is your time, Trout. Sorry, I know you don't like to get paid, weirdo.
Oh no, this is This is rumor. This is not. No.
I'm gonna go on record and say this is absolutely 100% false.
Well, I bet the top one is not.
The
Let's
top-
read these two. These are two Instagram.
who is David Brocious, by the way?
I think he's the
Scott
son of
Brocious?
Scott.
That's Scott
Brocious.
Brocious' son. Okay.
My
I wasn't
dad
sure.
was a third base coach for the Mariners in 2017. The Mariners knew they were cheating. Every team did, assuming the Astros. The MLB did. He know exactly how they were doing it in 2017. The MLB just wasn't going to do anything about it until the public found out. My dad would give fake signs at third, acting like he knew what the Astros pitcher was going to throw, and Cora and Hinch would scream at him, calling it Bush League. Weird how that works. Laughing emoji. And then another one. If you want to read something better, Mike Trout takes HGH for a thyroid
I would
condition.
sue the shit out of David Brocious this morning.
Now,
I would
that can happen, but there's exemptions. It's a loophole he found, and the MLB doesn't make it public because they don't want fans knowing their best players on HGH. But people within know. Thought you'd appreciate Sincere Dodgers.
See,
fan.
now that is where I do have a problem.
No, there
What if
are.
he's right?
That is it. What if it's illegal treatment?
That's where I do have a problem.
But you don't even know the
Man,
science
that's
behind
that.
HGH.
First of all, that's that man's personal medical condition. If he has a medical condition that he wants to release and let people know about it, but that's not his place for him to talk about a private medical condition
Well,
of
why
Mike
would
Trout.
why would he know it?
I don't know why would he know it.
Yeah.
And my thing is, even if you do know it, it's not your place to tell people that. It's not. And so that's why I have a problem with it. And again, we don't to put that out there. That's dangerous, man. That's reckless. Now that is reckless. That is reckless.
Do you believe it?
I don't.
But you believe Jeffrey Epstein's
I do.
alive?
I do.
And
As Ellen.
Yes.
as Ellen, he did a
Look,
face-off with
the
Ellen.
face off. We have seen the surgery. Have we not?
Well, we saw it on a movie.
I can only assume the author who will write the definitive book on this scandal will be Buzz Bissinger. That's from Too Scared to Drive with Snow Coming, Yale Hollander.
But here's my question. So where? Get it? Yeah, it looks like the Hawk got your ass today, huh, Yale?
Yeah. Scared hawk.
Scared Hawk.
Scaredy cat hawk.
Mm-hmm.
Why
Has
don't you
a
take the
has a
trolley
family
in?
hawk.
Why don't you take the trolley
Yeah,
in?
why don't you take the snow trolley?
Look. Hey, you're right. I used to think, well, the saying goes, of course, any attention is good attention. But I just don't think this is necessarily the case for baseball. And this isn't to punch them while they're down. This is weird. This is very weird. I'm not gonna lie. Like the steroids you saw physically, you said, man, Barry Bonds, your head is fucking huge. Mark McGwire, your thigh is the size of a highway. This is okay. I see it, but now you guys are wearing wires, and a guy's out in the bleachers sending you a buzz.
Practicing his Jeopardy thumb.
That is
Yeah,
so.
using the Talk Boy from the 90s.
That's.
Ooh, there's a good thing. Like
That's-
if you're gonna cheat this way, do you recruit like Ken Jennings, someone who's quick on the buzzer?
Somebody who's really good at Family Feud.
Yeah. So who's good on that buzzer? So you look at Jeopardy contestants and recruit them to be your buzzer boy, or buzzer gal.
Man,
I'm just trying to help the cheater.
where's LaRussa? Where are the old heads? Where are the OGs of the
He's
game?
not coming up.
No,
for
I'm
this.
asking where generally when these
they're the
things come
same
about, where are
damn
the
thing.
OGs? That's what I'm saying. But this is
saving
not
a
a good
cat.
look. I need the OGs step in.
Oh,
It's
well.
time for the OGs
no.
to step up and
No,
say
no.
something.
They'll give their opinion when a player dyes their hair or has a mohawk.
There it
Don't
is.
worry.
What
Don't
if this
worry.
opens up a job for Dusty Baker?
I like Dusty. Spent some time with Dusty one time. He's a good guy.
Hey man, look,
That's
Dusty
complete- I used
Baker.
to
Dusty
hate- I used to
Baker
hate
in
Dusty
Houston. All of a sudden, okay,
Dude,
okay.
I thought Dusty
That's
Baker.
you want to talk about to flipping the PR? You better start hiring a bunch of brothers. Some Latinos.
I still think the Astros should hire Carlos Beltran.
I'm go for it.
I think that would be hilarious.
If I am Pete Rose, I'm like, oh, we want to talk about me being in the Hall of Fame again?
No,
We had to put down the
just
autograph.
Pete
pen.
needs to calm down.
Damn, I
He's
can't
got-
get Pete
he's
no
got
love.
Other shit.
Yeah, I know.
We got another.
So you want to bring all that shit up?
We might as well. We done opened all the Pandora.
All right, Pete.
We done
How old
opened them
was
all.
the girl?
Oh,
You want to go down that road?
Yale Hollander, I got bamboozled by a bogus weather forecast. This shit didn't happen when Chester Lampkin was here.
Who's at Tam Avenue today? And who's at JJ Co?
Yeah, that's a good point.
We'll have to check in on that later. We'll be doing live reports throughout the day at the IKEA.
Why?
Because
Chris Davis.
No.
And the
Oh,
Davis
and
is gone, man.
Rest in
Nice.
peace, Chris Davis.
Hey, wait, hold on, man.
R.I.P. man.
Hey, man.
Pour one out for Chris Davis.
No, don't pour nothing out, man. Ain't no time to be pouring nothing out. My boy's still here.
No, he's floated on to
No, hey.
Nashville. It's
Nash-
also like heaven.
to Nashville heaven.
What a delightful human being that
Yeah,
Chris
big
Davis
shout.
is.
If you missed that yesterday, that was a really fun conversation. Great episode yesterday, or show, or whatever you want to say. Check out the YouTube
What a
channel,
delightful fellow.
Midcoast Media. Yeah.
It's so fun to cheer for good people.
Yeah, this MLB scandal, it smells.
You think it's like an onion?
I don't know.
It's got layers.
Maybe it's like
It stinks.
Gwyneth Paltrow's
Makes you cry.
vagina candle.
Jesus Christ.
Sold
If
out.
this was a candle, what would it smell like? This scandal was a candle.
Scandal.
Ooh,
Scandal.
Yeah.
we can make it a candle and call it a scandal and sell it on Goop Shop. Along Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop Shop.
You
just
try
have
and
to
make it
find
look
the
like a bat,
scents.
but it looks not like a bat.
Yeah. I'll have to figure out what the ingredients are.
It's weird to me. I guess it's not weird to me that cheating is more prevalent in almost everything.
Well, these are competitors.
But I just feel like I don't know. I'm not. I don't want to sound naive. I swear I don't. I'm not saying that I didn't know athletes took advantages and politicians and people in power take advantages. I just it's just weird that this has been like the last year and a half, 2 years have been I think it's just been bad cheating. It's been like people
it's
cheating,
always
and there have
happened, and
been
there's just
bad.
more.
Yeah, maybe they have been. I just feel like I'm thinking of like Greitens. I'm thinking of a Stanger. I'm thinking of the Astros. I'm thinking of Trump. I'm thinking of all these people who are essentially ahead of the curve.
What did
Like
Trump
these aren't
do?
people trying to play catch up. You know what I'm saying? Like you're talking about a guy like Trump that's already quote unquote wealthy. Here's a guy who's already got what he would want
He
out of
got
life. He would
impeached
think.
for making a perfect phone call,
did
he
make a
tweeted yesterday.
You got a guy like Eric Greitens who has the political, he has his future is as bright as anybody we've ever seen to come out of the state. You got a guy like Stanger that's replacing a corrupt county executive, so he's got a wide berth.
See, here's
so I'm
the-
just trying to understand Jose Altuve, a future Hall of Fame talent.
You've
got a
shown
lot
the
on your
problem.
mind.
You've
So I'm
shown-
trying to
You've
understand-
shown the problem.
Okay.
Too much information.
It blows me away that these people these aren't guys who are like, oh, I gotta play catch up. These are people who are already have advantages, are a little bit ahead of everyone else, and they are not only cheating, they're doing it in a way that's not only egregious, but really bad. It's bad cheating. Like it's not even sophisticated.
God
take
just
those-
put him in those positions to succeed. That's all.
Pete Rose, in
Talk
the
to your God about it.
Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame on one condition from Tom Brown. Oh, Tom opened up the show at Happiest Hour last night. He did a great job. Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame on one condition. Kane gets to choke slam him during his introduction speech.
I'm game for that.
Okay.
I'm
yeah.
game for that.
Now,
Is
but
it messed up that Pete Rose is in the WWE Hall of Fame
that's
before he got
hilarious.
into the
That's-
Major League Baseball Hall of Fame?
Vince McMahon is a goddamn genius.
And he shares the Hall of
That's
Fame with
fucking funny.
the President of the United
With
States.
Donald Trump. Yeah.
Pete Rose, he's like, come on over to our Hall of Fame
We
for
could-
no reason, Pete.
Well,
That's
Kane
amazing.
Is,
That's
Kane is
really
the mayor
funny.
of Knoxville, I believe.
Stop talking with molasses in your mouth. God, you love it too. Say Louisville.
Louisville.
Okay.
Justin Timberlake, you got Jessica Biel. Why you out here holding hands with somebody that ain't your wife? I'm just saying, these people who are cheating, they're doing it in a way that it's just, you are Justin Timberlake. Did you not think someone was going to take a picture of you holding your hand that's not Jessica Biel, another famous actress? I'm just saying, I'm not trying
You know
to be
what?
naive.
Maybe Jessica shouldn't push him away by being an anti-vaxxer.
Well, that's a whole nother
Oh,
story.
really?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
yes. Oh, God, don't get me started.
So
But
what are you supposed to do
it's
then?
Just, it's
it
just,
could be a very lonely time for a person when they're trying to
I-
figure out when the person they're with isn't who they were.
I'd like to tell Kim in the comments to pipe down. She says, great example, Travis, perfection. We don't need to encourage this yelling and this
What
behavior.
example? I don't even
all
know.
of them. It's just that these cheating scandals,
All of
they aren't just scandalous. It's just that they're inept. They're not sophisticated. They are ham-fisted. And they keep doing it. And I'm trying to understand, if we're going to do it, it's like what Joker says. This city needs
Don't
a better
quote
class.
the Joker.
You can quote True Detective. How can I not quote the most quotable comic book film of all time?
Because McConaughey wasn't wearing makeup that you could see.
I want us to just do a better job at cheating. That's kind of my complaint. It's that if you're going to be a corrupt son of a bitch, can you at least
Don't.
be just a tad bit like lie to me, like do what the cigarette companies did all these years, like put some pizzazz on it.
Have an actor with this shiny thing on the forehead saying, I'm a doctor. This is wonderful. for
Take
you."
a page out of Big Tobacco. They are good at being shady as shit. That's you guys are amateurs, man.
Yeah, now I want a cigarette. I can make it another 20.
Let's take a moment to say thank you to Gateway Powder Coating. They're out in O'Fallon. That's where Gardner grew up. GatewayPowderCoat.com for the #1 resource for powder coating in the Midwest. Listen, if you've got a buzzer and it's metal and it needs painted, you should just paint it because the Gateway Powder Coating is not going to cheat for you. Okay?
That's right.
GatewayPowderCoat.com. They do it all. They can take care of your wheels, metal furniture, all that good stuff. They might need to powder coat some of the metal chairs from Sophie's last night. We had to get like 20 extra chairs out.
Damn.
Gastro Pit was great too. That was a lot of fun. Bunch of new faces. So if we got people tuning in that showed up at either last night, thank you guys very much. Very fun shows. There were some pulled pork nachos being passed around at Gastro Pit Gardner. So I thought of you. Rest in pork. Is that they say. So how does this end? How does this? I think they're gonna keep peeling away, and I think MLB is gonna feel forced to be a fucking Terminator. Dude, Carlos Beltran got let go, man. That guy's like,
What more
he's
can
the
you
face.
do, man?
He's the face of
what more can
Puerto
Major League
Rican
Baseball
Major
do?
Leaguers,
There's
man.
nothing else Major League Baseball can do.
Well, I think they'll have to reopen the investigation.
Man, if they reopen the investigation, that's even worse. You're literally about
Yeah,
to walk into the season.
It doesn't matter. I
Man,
mean,
they gotta. They better do what the NFL does and roll out some J-Lo and Jay-Z.
yeah.
You know what? This would be a great time for a Major League Baseball player to
Man,
kneel
Fritz.
during the anthem right now. if I'm a baseball player, man, look,
Hey,
hey,
can
Tommy
we-
Pham, you take one for the team, dog.
or like someone's like, hey, Mariners, or A's, or someone out there. Can you sign Colin Kaepernick to a contract?
There it was. There. Thank you.
So they need to sign Colin Kaepernick to a Major League Baseball
Now,
contract.
that would be enjoyable. This is.
And then he still kneels, and then the controversy shifts, and then Trump hates baseball.
Declares cricket our new pastime.
And then they blackball him from baseball. You're not going to sell cleats, though, as much as you can.
No, probably not.
What if they're vegan cleats?
You can. We'll figure something out for him, marketing-wise.
Man, I know.
The jerseys might sell well, though.
There you go.
Well, I think when in doubt, and you need something completely catastrophic, you know what you should add to the equation? Ja Rule. We saw what Ja Rule can do for music festivals and music apps. Would imagine what Ja Rule can do for Major League Baseball.
That's not fraud. I would call that false advertising.
First of all, look, lean into it. It's going to be ugly, Houston. This is a perfect time for you to have Ja Rule to throw out the first pitch at one of your games this year. You should have your weekend series throughout the year. You should have an ex-con or a notable criminal throw out the first pitch. You're Texas. You're the state of the death penalty. Step into that, man. Step into it. This is gonna get ugly before it gets better, isn't it?
I think it is. I think in no way, shape, or form is that Gleyber. So the rumor of some false tweet, whatever. Somebody tweeted that Gleyber Torres. They're like, better check out what he wears. Something. They said he's got a guy or something. I don't think
Is that gonna
that's
be a thing
I
we
don't
do
know
all
that
year?
Gleyber Torres is part of that. Would not be surprised if it was going on in other areas or other teams. Like this could have spread. If Mike Fiers is willing to talk about it, that means somebody that was part of the team or just had knowledge of it would try it on another team.
I want a player to go in front of his team and with executives around, like a real team meeting, and to be like, "Are we even trying? Are we even trying? We're not even trying to cheat." That's what I want. Like, look what the Astros are doing. We're not even trying any of that stuff. What are you guys doing? Are you trying to help us at all? You are not giving us the tools to win.
Do you want Charles S. Dutton to give that speech?
Ooh, I wouldn't mind that.
Go ahead and give me a little Charles S. Dutton action.
No, I
guy.
want you to do it. Too.
Oh, thank you.
What are you biting your lip for?
I don't know why I bite. I feel like when I do it, I have to bite my lip.
You're biting your lip. Oh God. Man, that last one hurt, didn't
That's
it?
a little bit too
You
strong.
can't have a little different sound.
You heard it, didn't you? That was bone.
Yeah, more of a thump with it.
Speaking of frauds, again, I did bring up Ja Rule and Ja Rule for a reason because the Fire Festival co-founder Ja Rule says he wants to do your taxes. Ja Rule may have dubious history of tax evasion and promoting scams, Chris, but that has not stopped the controversial rapper from asking people to trust him with their taxes. Born Jeffrey Atkins, a self-proclaimed mogul, shared an Instagram post on Sunday promoting Value Tax, a tax preparation company with multiple locations across the country. It's tax season, and we're giving you $100 when you walk in the door, reads the caption. Let us do your taxes. Walk out with $100. It's that simple. Is it really? That's how taxes work? In a separate tweet, he added, plus we do credit repair. His post, however, sparked a massive outcry from Twitter. Users who scorn the idea of the Queen's hip-hop star doing anyone's taxes.
Ja tweeted out, "Calm down, y'all. Rule won't be doing your taxes. Value Tax does. I'm just an owner."
Careful now.
Okay, well, yeah.
Well, hire a better graphic designer.
I think
No,
I got a
wouldn't.
few likes on a tweet I sent his way. from Black Twitter.
What'd you say?
I said because
Did you hear how I said that? Black
Very-
Twitter.
Yeah.
very proud man.
because people started coming at Ja, and then he started firing back, and then I think he ended up deleting all his tweets. But at one point I tweeted at him, "You on fire, Ja," and I spelled the fire Fyre,
Nice.
and I got a little
People
love.
like that.
I got a little love. One was like underappreciated.
I don't understand.
Underrated tweet.
I don't. And look, the man's got his right to. I mean, he's out of jail. He served his time, and he wasn't prosecuted or wasn't charged during the Fire Festival mess. I think he may. I don't even think he's even on the hook for the lawsuit anymore. But I will say that
Your name's attached to it.
I'm surprised that companies, even if he has some type of partnership or ownership, are still allowing Ja Rule. Like somebody in that department like knew he went to jail for tax reasons, right? Somebody had to have said like, okay, are we gonna play along with this? Like, are we gonna lean into it, or is this Ja Rule? I don't even know what to say. Ja Rule is he's a horrible individual. He's a shit turd.
Oh,
He seems like someone you would like.
I know, and that's the thing. That's why it's so hard for me to call him a shit
Is that
turd.
why is that why it hurts?
Because it kind of does hurt. Because I feel like Ja Rule's probably
He's
a really
about
nice
his
guy.
brand.
I just think Ja Rule is so.
His brand is now fraud, however.
I don't know. I think I don't know, man. I guess when you get that taste, when you used to be on top of the game like he was, it's hard to just go back to just being a normal citizen. And I guess I can see why that would be very difficult. But my God, these guys got to let go. Like Ja
Did he
Rule,
get in trouble for tax stuff?
Yeah, he went to jail for it, man.
Well, see,
Tax
maybe that's why I
evasion.
want a guy like that, though.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if they were gonna do it, they should play into that. It just
Sell
seems
it as,
like,
look,
yeah,
hey, do you want to
right? You wanna
evade
end up like
paying
me?
your taxes?
No, you don't want to end up like me, 3 years in jail and a complete buffoon.
These people can hide your money better than I did.
that I will.
So now that's how I would sell it.
Yale Hollander. I prefer DMX's tax service. You know what it is?
Oh, please, it's gonna
I
be.
knew.
Y'all gonna make me lose my house up in here. Up in here.
Nope. I won't dignify that one, Neil. Nope.
Ja Rule was sentenced to 28 months in prison after failing to file taxes on more than $3 million from 2004 to 2006. The
Did we need
rapper
Ja
was
Rule to go to
required
prison for that?
to pay he was required to pay $1.1 million. $3 million
Yeah,
is
and he still only had to pay 1.1.
Yeah, if you go to prison, you shouldn't have to pay.
Well, my thing is not to be funny. I mean, I guess I don't know. These guys and money. I'm one to talk, but gosh,
Yeah,
it just
keep
seems
talking.
pretty insane for me to.
You didn't even have to pay. That's like a credit card settlement or something like that. You don't have to pay your taxes now. Yeah, maybe. You know what? Maybe we could get Medicare for all if Ja Rule would pay his taxes.
I
we
think
go.
what makes it look bad is that there are a lot of rappers currently doing very well for themselves outside of rap. You got guys, of course, like 50 and Jay-Z,
What does
who
50
essentially
do
came
now?
around the same time as 50. He's turned his television. He's become a massive, successful executive producer.
Really?
With what he's done with Stars and some of the movies he's
See,
produced.
I didn't know that.
I thought he was going the way of like he went bankrupt or declared bankruptcy at some point.
Yeah, he
had
declared
issues, but
bank-
then now it looks like he put up I want to say $1 million as part of a fight deal for a tournament for Bellator. Like I was like, what? And it was literally like, here's $1 million from 50 Cent. Like it was that. It wasn't his brand. It was like 50 Cent's giving $1 million to a winner.
I
I
probably
was like,
won,
what?
He probably won 57 million. It was probably somebody else, and they told him to give it away. I don't think it was 50. But 50 is a very successful executive producer. He does, of course, Power, which I think is Star's highest rated cabler. But yeah, but I think what Ja is doing, he sees these other rappers who have done very well for themselves outside of rap.
Diversify.
And they have, and I think Ja kind of wants to be a part of that conversation. However, just because you're a rapper and just because you were hot at one moment and you know people doesn't make you a business mogul. Jay-Z is actually a very savvy, smart individual that knows how shit works. Same with 50. Like, Josh trying to put himself on a pedestal with those guys, and it's just like, bro, you just talk shit. And that's okay. Look, there are plenty of careers where you can make a lot of money just talking shit. That's why I'm surprised that Ja Rule keeps doing everything but that. Like, you see all these rappers who are literally making money through their podcasts. Like, Ja Rule, have a pod. You will be better off having more success at that as opposed to selling people tax recommendations and help and assist. Like, that's a music festival. You don't even know how to book an artist.
See, I would have gone in. I would have taken Ja up on his offer to help me prepare my taxes, and I would have walked into that office and asked them, all right, how do I hide my money? What do I do? Like, do I need an offshore account? I would have just started there to see what they say to me, just because I would like to have a little fun with it. You know, like I want to go down to Missouri State the first
Oh, boy.
when
Oh, boy.
Bobby Petrino has his first home game for the Bears. I want to get a media credential and go into the post-game news conference with a neck brace on. I want to do stuff like that.
Use a walker like Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah.
Okay.
What if I went and covered the trial, but used the walker as he's going up the stairs? Did you see the one tweet? It's Harvey Weinstein. He's trying to get up the stairs. He's playing it up or whatever. And he's holding the railing of the stairs, and he's like leaning into it a little
Are you
bit.
serious?
And so he's holding it,
Oh,
and someone tweeted it out. It was like, and on saxophone, Harvey Weinstein, because he's holding the
He's like
railing.
this, Travis.
Like,
I got to check that out.
I look at that every once in a while. I count like this is
Okay, now
this
that's
is
fun.
so perfect.
Okay, that's funny.
It's so fucking
That's really
perfect.
fucking
We're
funny. I
gonna-
got to check that
I
out.
gotta find it for you because as soon as I saw it, like I was by myself and I was out loud laughing because I'm like, this is so stupid, but it's so right up my alley to laugh at this.
And to watch that guy he is putting on a show, is he not?
Oh God.
Is he not? Like, the audacity of this guy. Like, and I guess that's the word I've been looking for all day. Audacity. It's just some of these things that are taking place. Like, you have to be a fairly audacious. And again, I'm not saying people don't cut corners here and there. I'm not saying that I'm perfect or anyone that we've talked to are perfect or anybody we cover are perfect. I'm saying there's a level of audacity with some of these crimes and some of this behavior. And Harvey Weinstein pretending to be crippled when less than 3-4 months ago, the guy was out in San Francisco Wine Valley chumming it up with his friends, and now that he has to go to trial, he has a walker. A guy like Harvey Weinstein, even if he was in power right now in Hollywood and he was, say, ill, there is no way in hell Harvey Weinstein would let you catch him leaving the house, leaving the office with a walker or a cane. So for him to play this shit up is hilarious. Look at this guy.
And on the sax, Mr. Harvey Weinstein.
Black Sheep has a custom review.
That's such a great. I almost want to put that on a shirt. That is so great.
So ridiculous.
I hate everyone. See, Gardner. That's that shit. Why I had to leave Twitter because
Yeah.
that shit is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Who would know to insert a saxophone? That is so. I love you, Twitter.
So fucking great.
That is outstanding.
What'd you
The
think?
audacity of these assholes, Chris. This guy,
Amazing.
he's struggling to get up the step. You didn't rape 80 women, and now you can't get up a step?
You could write a book. Who wrote the audacity of hope?
Audacity of nope.
And then or yours is going to be the audacity of these assholes.
The audacity of these assholes. And I want Obama to read my book, too.
He
I
could-
want him to narrate it.
Yeah, he could be the
We could definitely do the book on the audio.
yeah.
That's these guys are. Was it this bad? Like, I know we joked about the 80s earlier in this book. Was it this weird? Like, Nixon. I mean, I guess though you could do the thumbs, the peace sign. That was kind of odd,
How'd
I
he
guess,
sound-
for
how'd he
back in the
say
day.
it?
I am not a crook. I was of all my impersonations.
Wasn't
That's pretty
bad.
good, right?
Wasn't bad at
Yeah.
all.
I am not a crook. And then one thing I just heard, because I just heard some of the Nixon tapes, so I can say this, Chris.
Okay.
Get them niggas out of here. Well, he did. He hated blacks. What do you want me to do? You get mad at me because Richard Nixon hated blacks? He did.
Can I say that?
China, he gave us pandas.
Look out.
Don't Red Panda. Are you trying to bring? Don't
I'm
bring
just
Red
saying he
Panda.
gave
Don't keep Red Panda out your mouth.
Oh. Wow.
Hand went up too.
You turned into the black dude selling magazines on the corner.
You turned into that one black guy that was at Chavis Arena at the Billikens game in that crowd surrounded by all white students. That's who you've just embodied him. Don't you be doing that.
Yeah.
How many times do you think he told those kids that during that basketball game?
Watch your thumbs.
Hey, watch your thumbs.
That's Travis's favorite.
That's my thing when I'm working. I'm always
When we were putting that table together,
Gardner, watch your thumbs.
I heard that 20 fucking times. And I had to go walk out and smoke a cigarette because I heard, watch your thumbs. Because Travis once hurt his thumbs as a child on something, right?
No, here's what I was thinking. I think you can understand this. If there's one person in the office that I do not want to be in agonizing pain because we're going to hear about it and to the end of fucking time, it's Chris Gardner.
You didn't know
And
that
so
at the
my
time.
I knew enough.
Idiots.
Thanks for asking about my knees.
That's what I'm here for, my
All
friend.
right.
Right one's still, it's getting better though.
Getting better?
We'll take a break. I don't care about your knees.
Yeah, I'll tell you more about it in the break.
Gavin M. is going to join us in the next hour after we take a break. He's competing as a finalist in the Lincoln Chart Your Course contest. So we'll talk about that. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. It's We Are Live. Chris Dim and Travis Terrell. Hey, Chris Gardner's the producer. We're at Midcoast Studio in Grand Center. Pleased to be joined by local, soon-to-be international music star Gavin M. What's up, Gavin?
How's it going? I appreciate you having me on.
I'm appreciating that shirt.
Thanks.
Look at you, mister.
So there's a cool story. I was
Travis, do you want to go check out something after the show, or what do you want to do?
Huh?
Huh? Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Excuse me. The shirt's amazing. How'd you get it?
I got it when I was in Liverpool. There was a little shop.
Oh.
Gavin bringing up England. No way.
So there was this cool shop, and I was like, man, I got to get some British fashion because, in my opinion, it's the coolest. And so I went in and bought this shirt, and I've gotten a lot of compliments.
You're doing it right. Seriously.
That's the story. Bold Street, Liverpool.
I thought Travis would play along a little more whenever I tried to interrupt you, and instead I just look like a huge dick. So I want to tell you, great work on that shirt. So Gavin, why are you here? You're here because
Why
you're
am I here?
competing.
I am competing, and essentially I'm part of a nationwide contest. Lincoln, the car manufacturer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they have this competition called Chart Your Course.
Very cool.
I was flipping through social media one night, and I saw an ad, and they said, submit your song to be the next undiscovered artist, and potentially we'll use your song for our marketing campaign. And I did, and it was like a few weeks later, and they said, hey, you're one of the 4 of 1,600.
Oh, that's freaking dope.
It was pretty freaking dope, and
What-
it still is freaking dope.
It definitely is. And if you guys just search out Chart Your Course, Lincoln Chart Your Course, there's a whole website. I've voted already. You should go and vote for Gavin. You can vote once per day. There's 8 days left.
There
He's a
are.
St. Louis
You
guy.
can.
That's
got to
awesome.
take care of him for sure. I've been doing it. You can too. So maybe I'm projecting a little bit here. I would be so skeptical of an ad. I'm like, yeah, right, Lincoln, you're going to do something for whatever. Was there anything about the ad in particular that drew you in that you're like, no, this is legit? Or was it just like, if they get back to me, cool?
So let me just say that their marketing team they're brilliant in general, just the way that they can draw people in. But I was watching this little ad, and there was this guy. He was like, I think he was on the ocean. Maybe he was in a park. I don't know. And his buddy was in front of him with the camera, and he had his guitar, and he was tuning it up. And he's like, are you rolling? And the guy said, yeah. And then right before the guy starts singing, he's like, the screen shows, submit your song. And I was like, I got songs. Let's submit this song.
I love that.
And I actually, I had recorded this song, Old and Young Soul, tonight that you can watch on the website.
Okay.
But I had recorded a version of it for Tiny Desk, and Tiny Desk did not accept it.
Rude.
And I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm going to submit this to something else. And I recorded a version of it at Jackson Pianos in the Central West End.
Nice.
And then I sent it to Lincoln, and they liked it, and now we're here, and it's pretty wild.
Nice.
That's seriously really a cool opportunity, and for it to be whittled down to the top 4. Is it top 4?
Right.
Out of how many submissions?
There were, essentially, you can read this online, but it says out of 1,600 applicants.
That's ridiculous.
That's the real deal. And
I
look,
bet-
you're here with Travis Terrell.
Dude.
Well, I mean, like Gavin and I, we are international entertainers.
We are.
In that regard. You know, you're doing a project with Lincoln. I work with the folks at Sesame Street. It seems that we continue to grow here in St. Louis. How have you handled stardom as you continue to blossom?
You know, the hardest part is when I'm trying to buy tortilla chips at the grocery store.
Okay.
I hate when that happens. I know.
You know, and you're buying the salsa, and you're trying to pick out the right salsa. That's the most
Tough
important
one.
part,
Yeah.
you know?
Got a
And you're
point.
trying to focus.
You're just like us.
And then, you know, soccer mom comes up to me and asks me for an autograph, and I was just
again.
like, look, I'm trying to pick out salsa right now.
Do you see the monsters you create whenever you ask questions like this? Well, Travis, how do you deal with fame?
You know, Chris, I just drink.
Oh, I thought this would be a lot more.
But I am curious, though, what was your initial reaction? Like, as far as your motivation going into it initially to submit, was it, again, to maybe Chris's point, was it something like, I just want to get music out there. If they call me, great. But was it something that you're like, you know what? Actually, I can see a genuine opportunity here. And if I can put together my better song, and how did you feel about your chances going into it?
If you want my real response here, I'll tell you. So my song is called "Old and Young Soul Tonight," and I know you guys have listened to it, and again, you can listen to it at chartyourcourse.com.
Tweeting it out right now at We Are Live Radio.
Essentially,
you got a Twitter, Gavin?
I do.
What is it?
At Gavin_M_music.
We're gonna need to change that.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I know.
Go ahead.
I know. I'm not a Twitter guy, but I have it. I have no followers, so that's fine.
I gotcha.
Anyways, the song's about travel, opening your senses to be open to new experiences, new people, getting to see the world that you've heard about, and learning about all walks of life and all that. And I was thinking to myself, looking at this ad, I was like, when you have a brand, especially like a brand like a car manufacturer like Lincoln, they want to create that serenity for people in their vehicles.
Right.
They want people to explore. So I thought to myself, I'm going to submit my song about exploring.
That's great. No, I'm serious. That's really cool. That's smart.
And it came from a genuine place. So willing that however the contest ends up, and they use the song. If they use the song, I look at it in the sense that it's a true, authentic song about finding the world, around you. So that's the initial feeling I had for it.
Well, that. Travis, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say, I was going to ask, what does that do for a young artist like yourself? And I say young, I mean in the sense that,
Up and coming,
exactly. And so I'm curious, like, I would imagine that's a kind of the punch in the arm to know that someone out there is like, oh, I can feel his music, I can hear it truly. Like, does that resonate for you?
Yes, and you want to hear like the most like awe-inspiring part of this. So when it was all handled and they talked to me and called me and all that, and it was all whatever. Essentially, they picked it out with the help of John Batiste from The Late Show.
Oh, wow.
He's the mentor for the entire campaign. So,
oh, wow.
If you go to Chart Your Course, it's literally, I've got it pulled up right now.
So when I heard that he had heard my song and
that's insane.
And thought that it was good, that was when I was like, you have those moments you're like, do not cry, do not cry, do not cry. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
that's huge.
Because it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
And so it was like, dude, I've been writing songs since I was 17. I'm 32. And it's like no time has passed at all, because that's how much I love writing songs. But then somebody who is accomplished, who's incredibly talented, who has like a really good spirit about them, who does do it for a living, said, yeah, dude, that's good. And I'm just like, I promised myself I wouldn't cry.
Yeah. Validation from an expert is, what else do you want, right?
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So, all right, say we all support you. St. Louis votes for you once a day for the next 8 days at chartyourcourse.com. Just click Gavin. It's really easy. I've done it several times already. What do you win? What is it? Why is this better? And what do they provide you than some other random contest that you could win?
So, first off, I want to say I've always been a little wary of contests in general.
Sure.
But I will tell you from experience with this so far, the way that they present it, they're focusing on the right values. They have the right ethics. So that made me feel great.
Sure.
They're focused on the talent and the art as opposed to the, what these bigger contests can create. So that's what I'm stoked about. If I win, I get a 2020 Lincoln Corsair, which is their small SUV.
Wait, you get a car out of this?
I get a
Hold
Lincoln.
on, wait. I didn't know that was part of the deal.
Yeah. My song is used in their marketing campaign.
All right.
I like where this is going.
I get to record at Capitol Records.
Shut your face.
And essentially, via the website, this is I'll get mentored officially by John and other music industry
Insane.
badasses.
Would you like Travis to mentor you in any entertainment?
Yeah.
What would first tip?
Man, make sure
You be playing music.
Thank you, Chris.
I
Chris,
gotcha.
Chris know. Chris know about the industry. He know how I can be.
Y'all play guitar.
Gotta play that music. Well, I've always been curious, though, Gavin, when it comes to songwriters. I think songwriting is so fucking difficult. How do you get into a headspace? Because for a writer, I can listen to music. I don't know if you can do the same when you're songwriting. So how does that work for you? What is normally your process?
So I want to also preface this by saying that I really appreciate comedy because I've realized after enjoying comedy, I'm not a comedian like you guys, but what I've realized is that it's the same parts of the brain. So essentially, you're in this place of flow, I would say, where you're not being influenced by stress hormones or anxiety or like linear timeline.
Right.
You got to find that place, right?
Yeah.
And then you find human experiences that everyone can relate to. And then you find a way to try to put it into words or music. And the reason I think that there is such a big parallel between comedy and music is because while the delivery may be different, the same things are being talked about often.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Obviously,
tapping
in
into
comedy,
different
it's a
parts.
little bit easier to talk about more difficult subjects
Sure.
because of the fast pace. But headspace with songwriting, for example, the travel part. Think about when you come home from a trip and you feel recharged, and you feel like you got to know yourself a little bit better. That's all this song's about. You know?
It's got to be you have to be in a super vulnerable place to be able to do that, to put yourself out there. Do you feel like in the last couple of years you've gotten better about emoting the stuff that bothers you or the stuff that you care about? You could even comedy, music, anything, even if it's something that's not so heavy, it's still your art that you're like, hey guys, do you like this? Like you're still needing acceptance.
Yes, you're right. I'll tell you, I'm sure you guys know because you're fans of things, and you've probably in your life wanted to be like one of your heroes.
Sure.
So and here's another story, another travel story, but I was over in England with my friend Callum, and I went to dinner with his parents. Callum's a songwriter too, and his mom is like a pretty well-known author.
Nice.
And she writes like teenage girl like novels.
Big fan.
Anyways, we were at dinner, and I was drinking, and we were all laughing, and I said out loud, I was like, man, it'd be great if I could write something like Paul McCartney or something like that. And she looked at me and said, yeah, but you should probably just focus on being Gavin, not Paul. And that moment, I can remember before then and after then, as far in terms of the way that I look at my art and how I should be vulnerable, because then it came to me clear, like I'm doing what I'm doing, like I'm presenting myself and my artistic vision. Imagine if an artist like, let me think of like really well-known like artists, somebody when you think of them, it's them. Prince. Who else would I say? As much as I'm not a huge fan of her music, Billie Eilish, I really love her and her personality. Those people had to find their message and say, screw everybody else.
Right.
So, in fact, I just decided at some point that it's kind of worrying about how my friends or my family or my peers, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, Gavin's doing that. And it's like, damn right I'm doing that.
Right.
Because that's who I am. And you can be yourself, but I'm going to keep focusing on me.
Especially driving around in that new Lincoln. You're going to be hot shit.
I'll be like, wait, it's cold outside? Looks like you guys got to get an Uber.
Is that what you'll do?
Thanks for doubting me. But
Are you going to drive by all your haters?
Yeah, I'll be just beep beep. I'll be like beep beep. I'll be like, wait a second, I'm about to back up with this backup cam right here.
Oh wow, and your heated seats probably too.
You know what it came with a car, man. Sesame didn't give me a car.
Oh yeah, careful now. Old Trav here is going to become a songwriter all of a
That's
sudden.
weird.
There's a car involved. Yeah.
No,
Look out.
it'd be great to win this, but yeah.
I hope you do. And again, I've tweeted out, I put in the Facebook comments, chartyourcourse.com. It could not be more simple. And I hate whenever they do these voting things and it takes more than like a minute to help out your friend that you're doing that because they want you to sign this and do this. It's very simple.
And it's great to support local talent. And there's this up and coming band called Modest Mouth.
You knock it off.
It's a mouth band. They actually record here in this studio. Actually, if you don't mind, Gavin, can I get them on? Can they join you perhaps when you're ready to perform?
You don't have to participate.
Hey, Gardner.
Oh.
Hey.
Oh, hey.
How's it going?
Good.
Gardner's one half of Modest Mouth
I
on
was
the other half.
in the green room.
No, it's all good. Gardner
you
and
not
I,
to hang out back there.
we played with some musicians.
You
Maybe you can give us your thoughts on
Okay.
what you think, what we're able to do. Gardner, you want to take it from the top or
Yeah,
the
let's
third
do
note?
some.
Okay.
what do you want Gavin to
do
sing
some
along
boys
with
to-
you?
let's
Oh,
or-
do
I mean, he
Boyz
doesn't
II
have to
Men.
sing along. If he wants to hum there, that's great. But we just want to kind of get a general idea what he thinks of our performance.
This is going to make him lose votes on the chart course.
Warm it up.
Okay, I'm ready when you
I
are.
want to walk out of
There we
the
go.
camera on this one.
Ready? Little jazz there.
Little death metal there.
Pretty solid. Your thoughts. Go ahead. Something that you would put on your album. Something you would consider.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody opening
I think
for
it's,
you.
I think it's like a very avant-garde version of.
All right, knock
version
it
of-
off.
Avant-garde.
Gavin.
There it is.
Damn it.
There it is.
That's what I call my
You're welcome,
coffee.
Chris.
Avant-garde.
We're aware.
There you go, man.
We're quite aware. All right. So, Gavin, you grew up in Belleville.
Belleville, Illinois, born and raised.
Also known as Bell Vegas.
Bell Vegas,
Never,
baby.
never heard it called that. Where?
Well, that is truly what they've called it.
Who's they?
The people who throw that badass chili cookout
Yes.
that I love going to.
Yes.
I know Belleville as the place you drive by on the way to Eckert's. Does that work?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Eckert's is on the outskirts of Belleville.
That's right. Gavin, do you have any coverage coming from your hometown of Belleville, Illinois?
So I was just communicated to by the BND today.
What's that?
The Belleville News
Democrat.
Democrat.
Big, nasty.
Okay, that's not-
Whoa,
that's
that
not-
was
that's not
pretty
appropriate.
witty though.
That was
good.
pretty
That was good wit
That's
there.
not-
Good wit.
I think
I'm
you know what that
back,
word
Chris.
means. That was, I'm not a witty person.
So I'm going to be talking to them hopefully this weekend or today, and then nothing else other than that.
Nothing else? Any TV coming up or anything?
On Monday, you can tune in at 5 p.m. on KMOV4.
Ever heard of it?
CBS,
Ooh.
and see the little interview I did at Gaslight and
Hell
talk
yeah.
about this, basically the same thing. But this is.
Do you have
this is-
JB rubbing your shoulders the whole time?
You know, he didn't do it this time, and
Damn
I
it.
asked him to, and he just shied away. And I was
Yeah,
like,
it's kinda rude.
I was like, I thought I was in.
Right.
You were in my corner.
You said we were in this together. We're
Yeah.
not really in this together.
No,
if
it
you're
doesn't
gonna
look like
not
it.
rubbing my shoulders.
No.
So KMOV, who interviewed you for that?
Steve Harris.
Great. That'll
Great
be a really
guy.
good time.
He's got this really like guttural joy about him, jovial,
Mm-hmm.
like energy.
I wish I could tap into some of that.
He just laughs and it's like, how does? Sometimes you wonder how people are so energetic. And like I'm a happier guy, but some people are just, and you're just like, wow, I wish I had that. You know,
I don't. I wish I did.
just walking
though.
on clouds. You know.
Yeah.
You know.
You ever cover that song "Walking on Sunshine"?
Nope. Annie Lennox, she's all right.
What about "Steal My Sunshine" by Len?
That reminds me of being a kid.
Top 3 Len songs. Name them. Go.
Steal My Sunshine.
Dude, he nailed it. That's so good. That was so good.
I love hearing about new artists or people that other folks are listening to. Who are you jamming to these days?
So that's a great question, and I love talking about
That's
this.
good.
I'm pretty. So my tastes are really lately a lot of either new or old Britpop. You can judge me. You guys can make fun of me, but I really like the new Coldplay record.
Okay.
I think it's great. Everyday Life. I'm a Coldplay fan. Also,
This is not Imagine Dragons.
you know what?
Take that,
Send him-
Beebs.
send him
Yeah,
out.
take that, Beebs. Also, I really like an artist named Gaz Coombs. He was the lead singer for Supergrass.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
His stuff's been spinning in my in my Spotify lately, and then also these are not new artists, but I
what?
really like Travis, the band Travis,
Well,
the band Travis.
yeah.
You're all right.
Oh, that's cool.
He's here.
But they're I think it was like the 20 or 25th anniversary of their album The Man Who. They're a Scottish British band. Well, Scots are Brits, but they are a Scottish band, and that's been my big thing with the sound of my new record is like that mixed with Americana. I want to do this thing where I'm mixing melody with where I'm from.
Right.
That's great. Yeah. Well, you can keep creating and evolving your own sound, and that's important, man. Because there are 800 Americana bands here, and if you're a little bit different, that's fantastic.
I want to be way different than that. But question for you guys.
Uh-oh.
When you heard Old and Young Soul Tonight, which is the song for the contest that they can listen to at chartyourcourse.com.
You're
what,
such a natural.
What did you tell me what you guys thought? What would you say? Because I've heard a lot of people truly the producer's kid who's 11 and my friend Jorge's grandma who's 90 both like the song.
I enjoyed it.
So it's like this spectrum. So I want to hear the opinion.
Do you feel that when people categorize as your music as haunting, that it's a really good thing?
Yeah.
Deep, haunting is where I would put it. A lot of your songs are like that, though, in a good way. And I mean that it's one of those things, if you play your music or the song that's on chartyourcourse.com, go and vote today. If you play that for people that don't know you, they'll just be like, this is really good. What is this?
Haunting's a good word, too, because that means it sticks with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then that's something you want.
I want it to be
obviously.
more than catchy. I want it to be catchy and affecting. Because
Yeah.
there's a catchy things you're like, just get out of my head.
Yeah, and that
You know.
and there's a difference between haunting and catchy, obviously, because when you hear those two words, you can definitely separate them in terms of why they stick with you.
Yeah.
Catchy can be more disposable.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if
It's
you're
more like a candy treat, you know what I mean? Versus like this really delicious, I'm trying to think about something that you really want to eat a pizza. Like you want pizza a lot. With candy, you're like, oh, that was nice for a second.
Yeah.
With pizza, you're like, I need it all the time.
pizza, you can eat for breakfast. It gets weird if you start having ice cream for breakfast.
Yeah,
Yeah?
exactly.
Strange.
Yeah.
Very strange. Plans for this. Say you win this because everybody goes to chartyourcourse.com and votes one time a day for the next 8 days. What are you going to do? What would you like to see happen with your career or your endeavors?
So, I'm recording a record. Actually, the record's recorded. I was going to release it in November, and then stuff got pushed back. It's completely recorded, 10 songs. And then I entered this contest, and then they were like, hey, you've been accepted. And I was like, thank God I didn't release that record.
Because now you've got something to toss out as soon as
Uh-huh.
you blow up.
So that's what I'm hoping is that this, regardless of what happens, which obviously the other three contestants are very talented, and I would love to win, and I'm really grateful for this opportunity because it'll help the record anyway. But that being said, if I do win, hopefully it means that I can make a move to full-time music songwriter and realize my dreams, as cheesy as it sounds, you
No,
know.
it's not cheesy at all.
I know, but yeah, that's
It's tough putting yourself out there. I mean, we're in the Midwest. It is. People are like, why
there's
don't you get a job?
so I mentioned this in they did this little documentary of me on the website. You can watch it, but there was this whole belief that I had for so many years that was, you're from St. Louis, you can't do that.
Which is a really strange thing. That
And
a lot
guess
of people
what?
have here, don't you think?
But
Travis?
guess what?
Yeah.
Think about Ellie Kemper. Think about John Hamm. Think about John Goodman. Think about I think Kevin Kline. I'm
Yep.
trying to think about other people. Think
Phyllis.
about Nelly. Think about you name it. All these people that do different things. That
Michael
came-
McDonald just made the
Michael
Hall of Fame.
McDonald's. Michael McDonald from Ferguson, right? That's where he's from, right?
I have a number 3.
So here's that belief I had forever was like, you can't do it. And then, I said this in the video. I met this woman, and we were seeing one another for off and on for 5 months. And one thing that I will tell you that it taught me about meeting this person was that she unlocked that belief that was just because you're from somewhere doesn't mean you can't do something.
Great point.
So you're right. We are landlocked, I guess, in terms of media, right? But in reality, you have national people come in here.
All the time. Chris Kattan on
and
today.
I think it almost, I kind of wear like a badge of honor now. I think
STL.
Yeah, I think like once you, like to your point, once you get to the point where this is what I want to do in my life, this is what drives my passion.
Yep.
I think people actually in places like LA and New York respect it a little bit more. Now, obviously, look at LA. LA is a city of transplants. Everybody who's out there is, most of them are from the Midwest. And so I think I think it's very easy when you're in a Kansas City, St. Louis, Nashville to think that, nobody on the coast is going to be listening or reading any of my shit. When all actuality, the people who really want to put you on are from those same places that you currently grow up or that you currently work. So I actually see it as a badge of honor. So I'm always excited to see guys like Gavin, especially, of course, always the comedians. Because it's something about having to work and saying, like, you have to work it.
Yeah,
like St. Louis here, your friends don't come to your first open mic, but if you want more than just your friends showing up, you're going to have to work it. And I think something about those Midwest cities that forces you to go like, hey, you ain't got no excuse. You like New York, LA, you can get lost in the crowd. But here in St. Louis or Kansas City or wherever, somewhere in the Midwest, no. If you got something that you want to say, get your ass out there and say it. And so that's kind of what I appreciate about the Midwest.
Well, you're doing it. And
Yeah.
now's the time to do a song.
Now's the time to do a song.
Will you play a song for us?
I can, yeah.
What can we hear?
Chris, no, you cannot freestyle.
So the record I'm releasing, I don't know what vibe are you looking for? Is what I'm really
looking for something to enjoy my coffee with, and
So-
maybe harken back to a simpler time. I'd play whatever song you feel, buddy.
Harken back to a simpler time. Last week.
Okay.
All right, it's snowy here. The ice is starting.
Is it snowy right now
It's
already?
about to be, yeah. So the ice is going to start. So while Gavin's getting ready, I'll tell you guys about St. Louis Counseling Services. Wonderful, wonderful service available right here in the St. Louis area. If you check out stlouiscounseling.org, that's the website, and you can listen to the podcast on the website. Mental Health Matters. Big shout out to St. Louis Counseling Services. Thank you to them for showing us some love. Gavin, what do you think, man?
So
Is that a Gibson?
it is a Gibson.
Yeah, I know my guitars, Chris.
You don't know anything.
Sorry to impress you there. Gardner, that's a Gibson.
I'm trying to think. So you just got to tell me the vibe you want because
I don't know. What's vibe, Travis?
My vibe generally is like
Bitch, don't kill my vibe.
No, not specifically that, but generally like I like my music to make me want to take my pants off.
Okay. Wow. What about an older song?
Oh, that too. That works too. That works.
You playing a new one or an old one?
I want to play a new one.
Okay. Gotcha.
Ooh.
I want to feel like a Midwestern winter Friday.
This one's called Mersey. It's about the River Mersey, and that's in the United Kingdom.
He's a UK guy. He likes the UK. He likes the soccer.
I bet he slips
The
into
football.
accents here and there
This
too.
one, yeah, it's called Mersey, and it's a love song about a river, a city, and a woman.
I
Beautiful.
love them all.
I know that you are a free bird, flying in the red brick sky. Go for a walk down by the dock. You can tell me how the locks won't serve you. I would fly a plane over the sea, crash land into the Mersey, swim upon the shore into your arms. ocean roar inside of me. I would never ask you to stay, of course, unless you wanted it that way. I could kiss you for miles and miles and never want to go back home. I would fly a plane over the sea, crash land into the Mersey, swim upon the shore into your arms, so you could hear the ocean roar inside of me. Won't you come on this magical mystery with me? Won't you come on this magical mystery inside of me? I would fly a plane over the sea, crash land into the Mersey, swim upon the shore into your arms, so you could hear the ocean roar inside of me. On the record, there's a lot more music.
Gavin M. ChartYourCourse.com.
Yes.
That's a great song, man. Great work.
Thanks. Online, you can. On the record, it's a big rock production. That song.
That's awesome.
But I wrote it on this right here. And yes, if you'd like to hear the song for the contest, you can go to ChartYourCourse.com.
That's right. Gavin, anything else we need to know other than getting our vote on?
Other than getting the vote on, follow me on Instagram at Gavin M Music. Follow me on Facebook at Gavin M, full stop or period. Mm-hmm. You can go to gavin-m.com to keep up on all that.
Awesome. And
read the fine print on the website and stay tuned.
That's exciting, man. I really hope it works out for you. I hope some people get out there and vote, support a St. Louis guy. Travis Gardner, do we need to hit anything before we maybe take a little break? We'll have Chris Kattan on, and
I'm gonna go and
we got a little while
in the
for
corner
you too.
with Gardner. And
wow,
thinking about my life.
You look like during the performance, Gavin moved you emotionally. Is that so?
He took me to a place.
Were you guys gonna jump in?
Oh, wait.
Oh,
Do that. Yeah, let's do that again.
See what you get yourself
Okay,
into here, Gavin.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah! Gavin
St. Louis
M.
blues. Is that some St. Louis blues?
Modest
right.
Mouth in the
Perfect.
building. Holla at your boys. Throw them
Featuring
M's
Thank you,
up.
Gavin.
Throw
Wow.
them M's up. Throw
Love
them
it,
M's
Thank
up.
you.
Modest Mouth. Throw them up.
Modest
Yeah,
Here we
throw it
come.
up. Here we come. Modest Mouth.
idiot.
Up in the building.
You can catch Modest Mouth opening for Green Day next week.
Yeah,
At the
we just-
NHL.
we should just
All-Star.
show
We
up.
just go up there early. We open stage. Get
Hey,
there soon.
we'll do a free concert just like this.
Yes.
Perfect, everybody. ChartYourCourse.com. Support Gavin. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back in just a bit. We'll have Chris Kattan on. Have some more fun. Gavin, thanks so much for coming in, man.
Thanks for having me. Thank you. Please
Absolutely.
vote. Need
ChartYourCourse.com.
those votes.
For the love of God, vote.
Take that,
Support
Russia.
local.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That'll do it. Thanks, guys.